Jason the producer.
Will a Beyonce fan even last 30 seconds into this while we wait for the introduction? Or will they fuck off because we ain't talking about enough Beyonce fast enough?
That's what I'm saying. If we ain't got Beyonce directly on the... If her voice isn't singing 30 seconds in, then they gone. Hopefully they stayed.
They might stay. Beyonce Beehive members be looking for niggas to attack. Son. And that's I don't know. Maybe they'll attack us after this is done. Maybe not.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's Jaden in the background. Jaden, be quiet! Alright, let's get to these. It's the day we doing a fucking recovery room podcast special. We breaking away from regularly scheduled programming. Doing this shit. The usual format is out of the window today. No independent spotlights. And no whatever else we usually do. I mean, there's no telling. Today we doing a whole fucking show dedicated to reviewing
the one and only Queen Beyonce.
Reviewing all 6 of her albums. Alright, Beehive niggas. We ain't reviewing no compilations and no fucking Christmas albums and no just Destiny's Child albums. Only the main 6 joints and not that Jay-Z, Beyonce, Carter's shit. We ain't doing that either. We didn't do that. Just all 6 Beyonce solo albums. Started in 2003. From 2003 up through 2016. 13-year career. Solo career anyway. So far, I'm sure she got some new shit coming. But right now, we reviewing all 6. If y'all niggas go back and listen to earlier episodes, nigga, we music reviewer extraordinaires out this bitch. Nigga, we the best at it. Nigga, us and like fucking Dead End Hip Hop and The Needle Drop. Like, we the best at it with them. Mm-hmm. We just ain't got 1 million subscribers yet, but we on the way.
Mm-hmm. So
let's get into it. We're going to go in chronological order. We ain't going to give a rating for each album. We're going to, after we finish fucking reviewing them,
we're going to
rank them from what we think are the worst to the best. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Starting with Dangerously in Love by Beyonce.
The first solo album after she... Well, let me quote an Ice Cube lyric. Started out with too much cargo, dropped 4 niggas, now making all the dough. Well, she just dropped 2 bitches, and then she started
all the dough.
She came. All right, go ahead. What you think about Dangerously in Love?
All right, 15 songs, 1 hour and 1 minute. This is one of those albums that I can listen to without skipping a song, though.
Right.
So all right. I plugged this album up on my way back from school. I was taking an exam in the car on a hotspot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce's voice got me through that exam. Oh God.
Beyonce got you through the exam?
Yes.
Nigga. Have you been indoctrinated?
Oh, I am a part of the Beehive now. All you Beehive, the members, I am the new member. I need if I gotta go through an application process, just send it, and send me the link. Send me whatever documents I need, and I'm in there.
Jesus H. Christ, this man here.
I'm gonna hit some of my favorite ones off the album.
Right.
So. Straight off the bat, my favorite song off this album is Yes, number 7. When I got to that,
is that the right number? Because I know we listen to it on Apple Music, and some of them, they got some of the albums are the original versions, and then they got all these deluxe edition.
No, I think this one right here is the regular version.
I know one of them
joints. I
joints.
think it was one version of that album. I think
because some of them joints got the fucking original order all fucked up. But continue.
All right, so Number 7, Yes, is my favorite song on the album.
Right.
Second favorite, number 8, Signs with Missy Elliott. I like really all of the songs up there, but those two really stood out to me. Those was like my two favorites. Like that song, Yes, bro. It was just, I don't know why I like that song so much, but that's a song that I just really couldn't get past it, bro. I was.
That was an album stopper.
Hey, it was an album stopper, definitely. That was definitely an album stopper. 7 and 8. I couldn't get past those two because when she put all the signs in there and made them all sound beautiful.
nigga was over there getting his. Never mind. Let me stop.
No. Don't even. We ain't going there today. But
Beyonce was making this nigga honey.
But yeah, those is my 2 ones from that one. I love it.
Beyonce, the B-Day. Oh no, shit! I'm already fucking up. The Dangerously in Love album. To me, I like the album, but in a lot of spots, it sounds like a product of the times. Like it sounds like it came out in 2003, right? It sounds like, and a big reason with that for me is because a lot of it sounds like an extension of the work she was doing with Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
Right? Like, of course, not the one with Jay. That sounded fresh and new. That
like
Crazy in Love sounded fresh and new,
mm-hmm.
right? But Signs and Yes, they could have been Destiny's Child songs, from what I was heard. It was just like Beyonce just, instead of handling the parts, instead of having Kelly and Michelle doing them, she just handled it all herself, right?
Feel you on that one.
So, excuse me.
But you can't lie, the song is beautiful.
Yeah, those songs is fire. I like them both when it come down to your two favorites, although in the reverse order. I prefer Signs first,
Yes.
then Yes.
But see, this is another thing. I can't say that Beyonce songs are fire. This whole joint, I'm calling her songs beautiful.
Oh shit!
If I like them, they're beautiful songs.
So like, and another one like Naughty Girl, that sounds just like it could have been a Destiny's Child song. Baby Boy, I can't lie, Beehive. I was just never really that hot on that one. Sorry, not sorry, my niggas. Me, Myself, and I. That's another one that I like.
Yeah, I love that one.
That's another one that I like. Cause I like that that's one of those songs that got that chunky type of beat that I like. But it was kind of like it kind of remind me of that, was it Carl Thomas? I Wish I Never Met Her. Is it Carl Thomas? I don't know. I don't listen to them R&B niggas. I wish I never met her at all, even though I love her so, or some shit. It remind me of that song. You know what song I'm talking about?
No. Not even gonna lie to you.
Bro, what the fuck is that song called? Who is it by? I mean, Apple Music that shit.
Apple Music it, bro. But Dangerously in Love is that fire, nigga. That's I believe that
yeah,
right
Carl
was
Thomas,
like
I wish. Yeah, I was right. Shit. You heard this bullshit
I probably
before?
did.
That shit. Yeah. So, yeah, it kind of remind me of that joint, which is another R&B
I
song.
know this.
Yeah, of course you do. That shit
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
If you black. Some white people. I mean, I don't know. If you like music.
Yeah. See, the beats kind of almost sound similar to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of remind me of that. It's all from circa that same time period. So, like, the thing I like about her music is, like, you can hear the growth. Like, you can hear from this album to the next album that she was coming into her own and breaking away from that Destiny's Child mold, right? But this one was kind of with that Destiny's Child mold, the crazy or the Dangerously in Love. But the title track, bro, is another one up there, the Dangerously in Love Part 2.
No, hold on. Let me go back into my review.
Yeah.
Gotta throw that one in there, nigga.
Yeah, man.
So
what we doing? What are we doing? How did we get roped into this? We have become Johnny Come Lately Beyonce fans. What the fuck is happening?
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've been a Beyonce.
I gotta go wash this off of myself. I don't know if soap can get it off though.
Bro, I've been a Beyonce fan.
I don't know, man. This is a whole conspiracy theory against me, nigga. I just been thinking right now.
Yeah.
Nigga, have I been a part of a beehive my whole life and never knew?
That's what I'm saying.
You know, Wu-Tang, killer bees on the... What's this? Is this just the woman version of that? And these niggas are setting me up to be a Beyonce fan my whole life? I'm the type of narcissist that think that all of this shit is about me. Anyway, back to the Beyonce review. Even though it sounds like a product of the times, this is a time that most people would say was producing better music than fucking today. Mm-hmm. So it ain't bad for it to sound like a product of the time that it came out in. But it was just her, I feel like, experimenting in some ways with it, like with the joints, like the one like Crazy in Love, and then she was sticking more to what she know through her experience with Destiny's Child on the other, on most of the other tracks, like the two that you like the best off of there. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think she wanted to just come out the window and present a whole new Beyonce, a never before seen version of Beyonce on the first joint.
Yeah.
Right? So, like...
Because, I mean, she still got to stay in line with what people know her for.
So, hold on. Let me check something real quick, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Destiny's Child have one more album after this came out? The one with, like, the T.I. shit on it? Like, the Soldier shit?
I really don't know when that came out, though.
I think it came out in like 2005. Let's take a look. Let's take a fucking look, because nobody is here to tell us what to do, and we can do what we want. Hold on 1 second. Discography, yeah, Destiny Fulfilled 2004. So yeah, they had one more album after that. Mm-hmm. So she was still in that Destiny's Child mode, I think. In Destiny mode. But all in all, I would say Crazy or Dangerously in Love is a pretty good solo debut. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. Man. 5 to go. Next, she came out with B-Day. And this is the one that I feel like she started kind of going in a whole different direction than what we usually, or what she was usually known for. This is after Destiny's Child was done. This is after Destiny Fulfilled was through. And there was no more Destiny's Child albums coming. And this is when she started molding the sound to me that made up her phase 2 of Beyonce. This is what I call it. Like, Dangerously in Love was phase 1. Then from like B-Day and Sasha Fierce and like the number 4 album was like phase 2, and now the latest 2 albums is phase 3. Like the Lemonade and Beyonce type shit, where she done got more explicit, but we'll get to that later. Mm-hmm. All right. What you think about B-Day?
B-Day? I like B-Day. Starting off with Beautiful Liar with her and Shakira.
Well, that's the deluxe edition.
All right, let me go find the regular.
Do you want to review the deluxe edition, which is the one that we heard, or do you want to just review the original edition with the original 10 tracks on it?
I'll listen to the deluxe version.
Yeah, so like I'll do, because we can go with the original 10 tracks. If
the only one that's on Apple Music for me.
That's the only one on Apple Music.
Version.
Most of her shit is like she a part on her title. So Apple Music and her got a weird relationship.
I'm gonna just go with the ones on this deluxe one.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so my favorites up here really like the first 4 songs. I love Upgrade You, Deja Vu, and Listen from the Dream Girls. And I got a weird relationship with Listen from the Dream Girls because when Dream Girls came out, my grandma loved the movie, bro. She went and bought it on DVD and watched it every day, multiple times a day. And that's where I learned that song from. So I heard this song even before I was really even listening to Beyonce type joint, right? So I love Listen from the Dream Girls. And I love Kitty Cat. And I love Green Light. And I love Beautiful Liar. Those joints, like, this album is full of those album stopper songs that make you go back and listen to them, or songs that make you get in your feelings, songs that make you want to dance. Like that's one of these albums for me, and I love this album. Right. I think like this is one of her high tier albums to me. Like the albums that, this is my opinion, so the Beehive don't come at me, but this is one of these albums that I put at my top list of albums right here.
Like this album to me, man, this one is just an album full of bounce.
Yeah.
Like when I'm hearing the joints though, even when it started off, like I listened all the way through from the deluxe version and the normal version. I went and got the normal version and listened to that the way it was intended to be heard. Right? That joint, when it started off with the Deja Vu, with her and Jay, to me that was like, it's followed the Jay-Z and Beyonce song formula. Like whenever he's featured on her joints, like it's like Crazy in Love. It sounded like it was part 2 to that, which I guess that's what the title alludes to. Deja Vu, we hear again, but it was better. Like the joint was better to me. The joint it had like a groovy type, merging like that 70s aesthetic with a modern song type shit, right? Like a upbeat, like Curtis Mayfield type of sounding song with a hip hop coat of paint. And Jay-Z was on his usual floss and shit. But Beyonce, like the thing I like about the Beyonce and Jay-Z collaborations is that she steals the show on all of them when it comes down to her tracks.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm gonna jump off a little bit. You know, on the Magna Carta album,
right?
You know that On the Run song. It's a Jay-Z song, but Beyonce makes me love that song with her voice. Like, I didn't give a fuck what Jay-Z was saying. Like, I mean, it's a Jay-Z song and it's on his album, but she stole the show on that one, in my opinion. And that's the reason I even like that song, is because she starts the song off in a way that it makes me want to keep hearing it, you know? So that's just me going off on what you was just saying about Beyonce and how she got that ability to like steal the show on the album. That's how I feel about that one. Yeah,
but that's just feeding into what I was saying. They fucking, she doesn't take a back seat to him, even though arguably at that time when this shit was coming out, Jay-Z was probably the bigger artist. At that time, he might have been the bigger artist, right? Because like she was exploding in popularity even beyond the Destiny's Child shit, but like this nigga was like the model of what you do as a rapper that also owns the record label. Like this is around the time where he was fucking where he had taken over as like the president of Def Jam, because his album came out in this same year. The Kingdom Come joint did in 2006, but he couldn't take over from her. And then you got those Neptunes joints up here.
Yeah, the Neptune
that like the fucking
beats,
Green Light and Kitty Cat that just rock. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, it's another thing about this album. Like, to me, this album sounds the most like it was tailored around her out of all 6 of her main albums. It's like that. It's like they sat down. I know they do this with every Beyonce album. Like, she got like a fucking super team of writers and producers around her all the time. But it's like they sat down and really crafted every piece. Like, you know how when fucking Iron Man jumps out of a plane and that nigga snaps his fingers or whatever, and from fucking fingertip to toe tip, that suit fits that nigga like a snug ass glove. It's like that happened with her on this one. Like, like nigga, like that, those joints that the nigga, it's like her fucking voice was a part of the instrument on that Kitty Cat shit.
Yeah.
Like, as she was singing on the hook that I'm not feeling it. It's like that shit. It's like they heard her sing and then played the fucking keys around her in the key that she was singing. I don't know how the process of this shit went. But that's what they tailored it to her so fucking heavily. That's what it sounded like. And then, like, I don't give a fuck who you is, bro. When you hear that fucking "Get Me Bodied" shit, you just almost gotta move. That
song makes me wanna dance.
You just almost gotta move, nigga.
But that's typical with Beyonce songs for me. Like,
you just almost gotta move.
Bro.
I told you, like, I ain't no mover and no shaker out this bitch, nigga. But you just almost gotta move when you hear the fucking "Get Me Body." This is one of them Swiss Beats joints, so you already know it's gonna knock. And like, let me upgrade you.
Yeah.
And then everybody know the one that everybody love. That let me go on a rant. Let me go on a fucking rant. And it's not about Beyonce, so Beehive, don't get mad at me. Right. Irreplaceable, right? Everybody know it. To the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. First of all, let me tell y'all why I like this song so much. Because it's Beyonce proving this. She just as fucking petty as me. She just as petty as me. Because if your ass fuck up, nigga, all your shit that I got you has just been repossessed, bitch. Just like she said to this nigga, whoever he was. I guess this was the previous nigga who, before she met Jay-Z, that this song was probably inspired by. And then, nigga, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it, ain't they, Jay-Z? You fucking... But we'll get to that later. Did you start it back?
Yeah.
All right, anyway. So, excuse me. Yeah, but I was about to get into a rant about Irreplaceable, right? Irreplaceable itself didn't do anything wrong. But tell me, my nigga, have you heard any of these what I call gender swap bullshit songs? So back when Irreplaceable came out, and I was a younger person than I am now, Irreplaceable, of course, it was going at a man. Everything you own in the box to the left. A fucking punk ass dude. You know the Beyonce lyric, I can have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. So a nigga had to take it upon himself to have equal representation and make a man version of Irreplaceable. I don't even remember this nigga's name, but I just remember the lyric from it. I can have another you in an hour. Matter of fact, she's upstairs in the shower. Nigga, knock it off. Just fuck off. Just let Beyonce's song breathe. Just let it breathe. You know why? Because nobody gives a fuck what you think, because you ain't Beyonce. Nobody wanted to hear your shit. This shit happened again with the song Scrubs by TLC. You remember that joint? I don't want no scrubs. These niggas named the Sporty Thieves released a song called Pigeons. That was just the male version because niggas couldn't just let TLC. But the Sporty Thieves song actually got popular though. Like, it wasn't nowhere near the popularity of Scrubs, but it actually got popular. Them niggas had a music video and everything for that. Only thing is, the song fucking sucked. Because nobody don't want to hear y'all because y'all niggas are not fucking TLC. Y'all are the sporty thieves and TLC made the song and you niggas just came out with a fucking gender swap version of it that capitalized off the popularity of it and then what else did you produce? Shit. What else did this fucking guy who copied and flipped around the roles of Beyonce's Irreplaceable produce? Shit. I don't even know his fucking name. I just know his song stunk. And my nigga, you should have just left it alone because nobody needed male representation in that space. Beyonce did it fucking fine. If a nigga want to kick out a woman and say to the left, all of your shit is to the left, he can still do it without you making a song about it. So fuck off and let the actual good song live. And you just go mop the floor at Kroger or whatever the fuck you was doing before you decided to step into a recording booth recording bullshit. That's all I got to say about that.
All right.
Beyonce's B-Day, motherfucking magnifico out here. Now, all right, Beehive. Before I get into the next motherfucking review, I mean, you just gotta remember my niggas and my niggerettes. This shit is not about us coming up here and riding Beyonce's fucking clit. This is about us giving honest opinions on these albums. The next album, I Am Sasha Fierce.
I got the deluxe version of that too.
Yeah.
This one is an hour and 18 minutes. It's 20 songs though, cause it's like 2 different albums.
Yeah.
My tracks from this one I like Halo. I like If I Were a Boy. I like her take on Ave Maria. You ain't like that?
Ugh. Continue. This is your review. I can't just be jumping in.
I mean, I like Single Ladies.
Yeah, that one slap. I gotta give it. That one slaps.
Video Phone is nice. And then I like Ego, but
Bruh.
I like the version with Kanye in it.
My nigga, bruh, let me tell a story about Ego. When I was when I was a young lad still in school, and Ego came out and I didn't have a real job yet. I was just delivering newspapers. That fucking song came on like 3 times an hour on the radio, bro. Every time I hear that song, I can taste Doritos in my mouth because I was fucking delivering newspaper, eating Doritos and drinking energy drinks with my cousin so we can stay up while we did the fucking route. And that song came on so much. Along that song, 2 songs with Kanye just littered the airwaves. It was Ego and it was that what is that shit? Knocks you down. Love comes around, it knocks you down. Just about. Get up. The Carrie Hilson shit. Yeah. That shit was just polluting the airwaves. Is this song also the joint? Is this album also the joint with that Diva song on it?
Yep.
Another thing, bruh, that motherfucking man Bangladesh made like $1 billion off one beat. Nigga, that I'm a Diva, not only is it a cookie cutter version, it's the copy and paste version with different fucking vocals across it of a Milli. That man made a Milli, Diva, Loving You by Mario, Lemonade by Gucci Mane. All of them shits have the same beat. Did you ever notice that?
I did.
It's like what Lil Jon did with fucking Sierra's Goodies, Usher's Yeah, and Freak a Leak by P.D. Pablo. Same beat. Whatever.
I mean, you get your money where you get it.
I guess so. But you got any? You want to keep your review going about this album?
Oh, I don't have nothing else to say. I ain't even gonna lie. This album isn't too hot to me. I mean, it's a few songs up there that I kind of like, but I mean, other than that, I really, honestly, I can't sit and listen to this album like I can listen to the other ones, though. Like, I don't know what it is about this album. And I think people, like, artists have these albums that I just can't. Like, they have that one shit album. And then you like, okay,
Yes.
we not gonna do that no more. So let's get back right.
Cause I gotta be honest. So the album starts, if I were a boy in Halo, I guess they are alright. I don't really like them. I mean, the album has a few good shits, like to Put a Ring on it, and
I like Put a Ring on it.
I think it's Sweet Dreams. Sweet Dreams, I think, is my favorite song on this album.
Mm-hmm.
Ego is okay. Outside of the couple, Put a Ring on it, and Sweet Dreams, and maybe Ego on a day where I don't taste Doritos when I hear it. I mean, this album just devolves into awfulness. I can't even lie. By the standard of everything else that she produced, anyway. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. This isn't off of.
It's not.
This is not in general dog shit. This is dog shit in her discography.
Yeah.
Like, compared to her other shit, this album is fucking dookie. Because I know I'm capable. Hold on, I was about to say some dumb shit. I know what Beyonce can make. Like, I done heard these fucking fire albums and this beautiful singing, and this album just won't it. I feel like Beyonce was in a place that she was like, damn, I need to get out of this shit.
I don't know what I feel like this was happening with this shit, but it was whatever it was. It wasn't good. We can proceed past this one, bro.
What we got next?
4.
The
4th album in the list. I mean, in the discography.
Right.
Number 4. All right.
4. I got the expanded edition of this one too. This one is the album where Beyonce revealed her pregnancy. Her first one. Love on Top. I can't lie. I fucks with that song hard. Even though they played it out on everything, everywhere. I love this fucking song, bro. We like the party with Andre 3000.
With
that's
that fucking
my
Slick
shit.
Rick Hey Young World
Bruh,
sample.
That's my shit. I love that song. Dance for You. I can't even cap on you. I fucks with that song too, bro. That shit's nice. 1+1 is my favorite song on this album, nigga. That song, bro. I will listen to that song go to repeat, bro. No cap.
Yeah.
Best thing I never had. I love that song.
You love
Run the World, Girls. I love that song.
Yeah, nigga, damn.
End of Time. I fucks with that song. Like, bro. This is 4, bro. 4.
Mm-hmm.
4 is that shit. 4 is that shit. And this is one of them albums that I was
love
just
the
like,
cover shit.
Yeah, I love the cover too, nigga. I got the expanded I got that cover, so
yeah, this cover is better.
yeah.
Anyway, continue.
This is one of those albums that puts me in a bind when I'm putting all of these in order with each other.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really sure. Like, I don't really know where I would put it. So, I don't know. I love this album, though.
Like, the joint, bruh, one of my favorite songs for her to perform is on this album, which is that fucking Countdown shit. Like, she seemed like she'd go to another level when she was performing that shit. That me and my boo riding that shit. It's like when I'm watching that
I love that song.
And when I'm watching her perform that shit, I be sitting up there grinning and shit. I can't even lie when she be
I be sitting up there grinning and shit.
When she shaking that fucking blonde wig back and forth and shit, and she just shit, bro, sometimes motherfuckers just don't know what they have, and they just act like damn fools. out here in these streets. What do niggas be doing?
I don't know.
Nigga, your ass got the gold at the end. You got the gold at the end of the rainbow. Your ass is out here fucking up. Anyway, nigga, that was some 2 years ago shit. Maybe they had marriage counseling or something. Anyway. Sound like he had marriage counseling, that 444 garbage. But let me get back to what I was saying. That's one of the songs I love to watch her perform, nigga, because she just put on a hell of a show when she performs. Countdown, my nigga, I just be like, yeah, like that's that woman, that's that performer, that's that ruler, that's that bad motherfucker right there when she be performing that shit, nigga, like, and we all know what happened last time I talked about the song I Care. I ain't gonna fuck up y'all ears no more. Like I did. You can go back and watch the review of her movie, the Homecoming review that we did 2 weeks ago, if you want to hear me attempt to sing that shit. Like, because I did that.
Because I did.
Mm-hmm. And where's my joint on this album, bro? Is it only on the fucking yeah, I think it's only on the deluxe edition, the Schoolin' Life.
Yeah, Schoolin' Life.
That shit is, whenever I love fucking 80s pop music for some reason. Like that's that. Let's go back to Sasha Fierce. I got one more comment.
Yeah. The
comment I got on Sasha Fierce is it sounded like generic 2008 pop music. That's why I didn't like it. Back to 4. 4, like, that's like, she got so many different editions of these shits, but like that Schoolin' Life is fucking ridiculous. I love that shit. Like, Who Run the World, Girls? Not really hot on that one, but you know, for what it is, it's good. It's just not aimed at me, so I can't really take much from it. Love on Top.
I love that song.
Love
bro.
on Top. I ain't gonna shit on Love on Top. I'm gonna just say Love on Top is played entirely too much in my house.
I haven't heard it in so long.
I hear it all the time in my house. Rather Die Young. That song is one of these joints where she's speaking to people that when she's speaking to all of us who've been with somebody that we knew was just not good for us, that was bad for us, and then but we still, in spite of that, even though we knew better, still kept chasing behind them motherfuckers, or kept sticking next to them motherfuckers when we should have just told them to fuck off. I've been there.
We all been there.
I've been there back when I was a younger man than I am now, chasing behind a scum that I should have never. It took a long time for me to realize to tell her that she had to kick the bucket up out of my life, but I did. So like that shit is relatable to me. It's relatable to probably a lot of people who've been out here in this thing called life, trying to romance it up. This album, I gotta give it 2 thumbs up. I got to. How long we been going, man? It feel like we only been talking 38 minutes. It feel like we only been talking for like fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah, it don't feel long.
But yeah, man, I gotta give 2 thumbs up. A great bounce back from Sasha Fierce. But put a ring on it slaps, though. It does. All right, now we moving on into phase 3 of Beyonce, what I call the fucking surprise album. It's just called Beyonce. What you think about that?
Beyonce. This is one of those albums I'm not too hot on either. I'm not really. I mean, I like Drunken Love. I don't know. Maybe this album won't hit in my ears right.
Right.
Maybe I wasn't in the perfect setting to really feel this song. Maybe I won't in that stage in my life to feel this song yet. Like, you know how like certain music hit you different when you going through certain things?
I know. I don't know about going through certain things. I know how certain music. Put it this way. I know how certain music I just hated when I first heard it, and then one day it clicks with me like
That's what
808s and Heartbreak.
I don't know about this album. I don't know. It ain't.
Well, get into some details. What is it?
I just don't like the sound of it. I can't listen to this album. I don't know what it is. It's nothing against Beyonce. I just can't get into it. I don't like it. Like, I don't know. I was trying to like this joint. Like, I was trying to like the one with Drake.
Bro, I think
I was trying to like the one with Frank Ocean. I can't, bro.
I think with this album, I think is that you remember how we talked about.
Oh, hold on. I do like 7-Eleven though.
Yeah.
But I mean,
you remember how at the beginning of this we talked about how Beyonce kind of kept it in line with what you know about her with Crazy in Love, because it sounded like could have been extension. A lot of it could have been an extension of what she was doing with Destiny's Child, right? I think this is the first album she took a drastic turn from what we knew about her. Like this shit, we never heard Beyonce talk about getting fucked and sucking dicks and all of that until this shit came out. Nobody expect to hear Partition talking about her having cum stains on her fucking dress.
Yeah.
Talking about roll up the limousine window so I can suck no homo. Roll up the limousine window so she can suck a dick. But while they get into the place, while they going to where they're going, or how she was drinking cum all night on the Drunken Love song and riding cock and shit. Nobody was used to hearing that from her, nigga. It's just a jarring departure from what we were used to from her, and that might be why the album don't hit. That might be why the album don't hit with you.
Probably, I don't know.
Right. So like with this album, I can't call it bad.
No, I'm in no way or shape calling it bad. I just can't get with it.
I ain't even gonna lie, my nigga. I ain't even gonna lie, my nigga. Nigga, that Partition, that shit rock. Nigga, that shit rock. I ain't trying to imagine Beyonce sucking Jay-Z's cock or nothing. That ain't what I'm into that song for. Like, that ain't what but the fucking beat and shit, just the doom, that shit right there, that shit remind me of that old school joint. I can't remember the name of it, so I ain't even gonna get into it right now. That joint, you remember that old school joint? They got that beat, doom. That's what it remind me of. That joint. So I can't even. That Partition rocks. Drunken Love.
Cameo?
No, it ain't Cameo.
That's what it sounds. That's what it sounded like you was doing. That doom.
No, not the fucking not Candy, not that. Yeah. Not that shit. It's like a SWV or something. So like I don't know.
I fucks with them too though.
Yeah, they rock. They rock the fuck out.
We might have to goddamn get one of those.
Nigga, I don't know, bro. But like with this album, it's like a fucking departure from what we were used to with it. I think that's what it was.
I mean, how did you feel about it though?
I was kind of on the fence with this album. I wasn't in the camp of it didn't hit my ears right. I was just in the camp of it kind of sounded like on some of the more explicit shit. Maybe I just won't used to hearing Beyonce saying this, but I wouldn't classify myself as that. It sounded like she was trying a little bit too hard on some of the explicit shit. Like, you went from fucking wholesome to in some of this shit outright fucking slutty. I mean, I wouldn't call it slutty because it's with her. She mostly was referring to shit she was doing with Jay-Z, but outright brash with it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't really a smooth transition between the Beyonce we knew and the Beyonce that was bringing out her new, more adult oriented side.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, I wouldn't call it bad though. I wouldn't say that. I would just say that it was just a transition. Like, what's this song? This song "Blow," where she talking about eating her Skittles.
Yeah.
And eating her fucking Skittles is the sweetest in the middle, and the fucking flavor is pink. Nigga, solve the riddle. That's what she said. Like, I ain't never heard Beyonce just say put the face in the Coachie like that. That's a.
You never know. Beyonce might be a freak.
Ain't no might be. I think Beyonce be up in there with her fucking ass on Jay-Z nose, and that's a whole different story. I ain't the one in there, so it ain't my business. But like, it ain't me in there. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, I still think on this album as a whole, even with the jarring transition away from what you knew Beyonce for, I think she still pulled it off as a whole. Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, she fucking let's just look at it. Let's look at the fucking cultural impact. She started a fucking trend of niggas just putting shit out.
Yeah, without nobody knows.
Like, this shit was in the middle of the night one night. This shit just came out.
Yeah, and it exploded. It broke the internet, like, nigga, literally.
Every motherfucker was talking about surfboards.
Yeah.
Some bitches who don't know who Kelly Slater is was talking about surfboards. Like, and this shit just came out and went crazy just because her name was on it. And it was like, it had to be like a genius fucking marketing ploy. It was a genius. Look at this. It came out and went crazy because her name was on it, and literally it was named after her. So nobody had to try to figure out what it was called.
Yeah.
All you had to do was just Google up Beyonce and that
literally,
was
that's the album, Beyonce.
So like
you type in her name and there it goes. Like,
that's what it was. Anybody who just happened to be on the Google machine or on Twitter or whatever, or hashtagging or anything, could just type up Beyonce, and there she sat. Right there. So, I gotta say, even though maybe musical-wise it might not be your favorite, she still had an impact with this because of how she just decided to fucking go and do this shit. Mm-hmm. She decided to go and do this shit by just taking it and starting up a whole new trend that niggas like Kendrick and Drake and all of them copied. Like, what Drake? What one was Drake? He dropped in the middle of the night. One of that. If you're reading this is too late. He just dropped it.
He just dropped it.
And Kendrick dropped that untitled, unnamed shit without nobody really knowing.
Yeah, Lil Uzi, he dropped his album. He dropped it under like a mysterious name and everything.
When recently?
Yes. Like a few days ago.
Is it out?
Yeah.
Or did they take it down?
No, it's out. It's on Apple Music.
Have you heard it?
Yeah.
How you like it?
It's okay.
Yeah, fuck him. We talking about her. And then we are now coming to the end of this journey. We have braved the waves, my nigga, of this fucking storm-filled ocean of Beyonce fans, because no matter what we say good, nigga, we might get attacked, lynched, and burned at the stake for that Sasha Fierce review.
Yeah.
But I don't even care. So we come to the end now, and we come to Lemonade, the most recent album that she's come out with up until the point of these reviews, and the album where she had to address some shit that, I mean, come on, man. Next thing you know, a motherfucker was getting his head slapped off in an elevator, and next thing you know, an album came out.
Nigga said he was getting his head slapped off. But Lemonade by Beyonce, this album inserted itself into the top tier off of literally like 3 songs, bro. Right. Don't Hurt Yourself
with Jack White.
With Jack White is different. That song different, nigga. Freedom with Kendrick Lamar. Mm-hmm. That song different, nigga. 6 Inch with The Weeknd. That song is different, bro.
Right.
And we ain't even gonna get into Formation and Sorry, nigga. Them songs, I Can't Hold You, bro. They played them out, bro. They slap. They slap. So Beyonce inserted herself into the top, like as if she wasn't already up there. But she showed niggas, Jay-Z, in fact, I don't need you, nigga. I can do this on my own. And I think that's what made that nigga tighten up and drop.
What you think about the title?
What, Lemonade?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't researched this, but I gotta think that it came from the saying. That it derived itself from the saying, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Yeah. Because life was giving her lemons with her marriage.
Lemonade. Yeah. Genius title.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I love, and she had all the chicks out here getting them lemonade braids. That's what they call them now. She done came up with a whole style of everything, bro. The lemonade braids. You better call Becky with the good hair, bro. So many black girls was saying that.
Bro, that shit just didn't make fucking sense, bro. I don't understand. My nigga, when it come down to that, bro, like, if y'all have some irreconcilable differences and you just have to break up with a woman, that's one thing, my nigga. I don't understand what the fuck are you doing, nigga, when you cheating on your woman, let alone when you cheating on that woman, bro.
There's a difference.
Like, what the fuck is your major malfunction, bro?
Like I said, there's a difference.
Like
Beyonce, I'm going to just state this and then I'm going to leave it at that and let you finish. Beyonce.
You Kanye and me?
I'm going to let you finish. Yo, Beyonce is the queen. Motherfucker, you don't cheat on the queen. You kiss her toes if she asks you to.
He probably has.
You do whatever she says, and you don't question it, because she is the queen.
Let me ask you, what do you think about the song Daddy Lessons, where it's basically a country music song? What you think about that?
Shit, I love country music.
Daddy Lessons sound like something that should be played in a fucking saloon, my nigga.
That's what I'm saying. I fucks with it. Like, I love this album. Lemonade is, I told you, that's one of my top joints.
My phone died. Fuck.
Lemonade is one of my top joints, so.
When it come down to Lemonade to me is aside from the personal aspect of it, just the aesthetics of it, is Beyonce done right. Like the Beyonce surprise album done better.
Yeah, this one was done a lot better.
It's like she's still explicit. Like she said she gonna hop on the next dick. Like that's what she said. But she did it like it was more. Whereas the other one seemed like it came out of just doing it to do it, doing it to show, oh, I'm making grown woman music now. This one sound like it was doing it because it had a purpose. Yeah. Like when she said that she about to hop up on the next dick, she was saying that shit because she was being real life cheated on. Right? When she was addressing this shit, even though, and she was addressing her father because her father was cheating on her mom. Yeah. And went out and had a fucking new baby behind her mom back. Like, it was just like she was fed up with all of the personal shit, and she came out and just fucking railed against all of it. And like, to me, like, 444 ain't it, Jay-Z. You feel me? 444 ain't motherfucking it. Like, I mean,
I know this ain't no Jay-Z review in any sorts, but I fucks with 444.
That ain't it.
I mean, it ain't one of Jay-Z fucking top shits, but 444 is that's my shit, boy.
I mean, I ain't talking about the album as a whole. I'm talking about the fucking. I'm talking about the response, the responses to this album. Like, that shit ain't it, my nigga. That shit's motherfucking malarkey to me.
I mean, I don't think he should have. If anything, I don't know if it's a song he can make to make it be like, I apologize.
Well, he tried it. But anyway, when she came,
the closest thing he said to me, nigga, never go Eric Benet.
Nigga, but shit,
let the baddest girl in the world get away. Nigga, that's what
the fuck he was about to do.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Don't
like, can you really ever forgive a fucking cheater, my nigga? I don't know if I could.
I mean, just think about it, bro. Beyonce really loves this nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Like
she had her kids with this nigga. Like she done spent since she was young with this nigga. Like,
but listen. But do you think about, like, when you have somebody do this bullshit? She had the fucking platform to make an album and shame him.
Yeah, and she did.
Nigga, but when you have somebody do this shit, even if you Beyonce, do you just think to yourself, when that motherfucker is gone and start acting out of the ordinary all of a sudden, I mean, Beyonce is a fucking human still. Does her mind go to that fucking, I wonder what the nigga is doing? Space. Like, can you ever?
Yeah, she might. I mean, you gotta think about it, bro. Beyonce is still a human woman, bro. She's gonna think that, especially with this happening to her. Like and I don't know, of course, but who's to say that this ain't who's to say he ain't done this before and that was just the last straw? Right. Like, who's to say she won't hide in it? She knew, but she was just letting it go, and then it finally just, I can't do this no more.
I don't know, bro.
I mean,
it was definitely the last straw for Solange.
Oh, she beat the shit out that nigga.
Because I mean, shit, bro. That whole Jay-Z and Rihanna situation was just too fucking. You think I got a conspiracy theory, man?
What?
Maybe I need not to be reckless. Nah, I ain't.
Bro, say what you gonna say.
I need not to be reckless.
Bro, hold on. This is our podcast, nigga. Say what you got to motherfucking say.
I'm gonna say it. I wasn't about to not say it.
Oh.
I'm trying to say it in a way where it make fucking sense, and it just don't sound too cockamamie.
Okay.
So, nigga, did Rihanna get lumped up for fucking Jay-Z?
I don't know.
Because it just seemed like, nigga, of course, Beyonce wanna dressing Rihanna on that Becky with the good hair shit. Mm-hmm. But nigga, when you say maybe he's done this before and this was just the last straw, nigga, something in my mind just tells me that this nigga was fucking Rihanna. Nigga, like, and something in my mind tells me that Beyonce knew he was fucking Rihanna, bro. Mm-hmm. Because one of the alleged fucking stories I heard about the elevator beating was because of some interaction he had at a party with Rihanna. Mm-hmm. And Solange saw it, and she smacked the fuck on fire out of this nigga.
At that party?
They was leaving the party in the elevator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
you said it happened that night?
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, I didn't know about that.
That was one of the alleged stories. Like, I ain't saying it is true or not true. One of the alleged stories I heard is that I saw being reported is that it was over Rihanna. Like, it was some interaction he had with Rihanna, and fucking Solange was like, fuck that. You bitch ass nigga, you ain't finna do this shit to my sister, and I'm here. Yeah, she might fucking take it, but I ain't taking it.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's exactly what she said.
Like, I don't know if it was over Rihanna, but that's one of the fucking alleged things I heard. So, like, did Chris Brown beat Rihanna up for fucking Jay-Z?
I mean, with that story, he even came out and said it would. I mean, what did he say? It was something, and then she started like kicking this nigga, and she threw his keys out the car and all type of crazy shit.
And I was just fucking coming up with another angle.
What?
I was just coming up with another angle. Ain't no telling what happened.
I mean, it's no telling on what happened, and it ain't no telling. I think Jay-Z was just feeling himself, and
Jay-Z always has felt himself.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it was probably to the point where even though he had the baddest chick in the world, he was still out here like, motherfucker, I'm untouchable, nigga.
Yeah,
I can do whatever
like,
I got, nigga. I'm the richest rapper, nigga. I got all this. I got that. I own this, I own that. So what if I go fuck this bitch right quick? So what if I go out on this shit and I do whatever I feel like doing? I'm Jay, nigga. I'm Jigga. Like I feel like that was what he was doing until he did it, and he was like, oh shit.
Until he realized he could lose.
I got my kids. I got my wife is about to leave me. Like my wife's sister beat my ass. Like I think it hit him, and it put that new Jay-Z in effect. That 444 Jay-Z, and that fucking
Bro, Jay-Z.
What's the song that came out recently with Jay-Z, Rick Ross? We talked about it.
Jay-Z, Rick Ross, and Meek Mill?
Yeah.
The fucking I'm free, it's free or whatever.
That is free. It brought that style Jay-Z out. And I think that brought the whole style of that out. Like that whole, he don't even rap he rap about what he got now. Like he even threw a quote at Beyonce in that song.
Bro, he be quoting her. He be throwing quotes at her all the time now. But like my nigga, like with the album, she just back to the album. It just sounded like she was attacking shit in her life that wasn't going right. Letting people know that she's still human and she still go through problems that we go through. Mm-hmm. And she was addressing that shit like a woman like. A woman getting cheated on is an everyday thing, and then or anybody getting cheated on is an everyday thing, and then you gotta compound that with the fact that even a person, Beyonce is letting you know, even I
feel it.
I'm out here getting cheated on, and look at what she is, my nigga. She the most popular female artist probably ever. Mm-hmm. I mean, like maybe behind Whitney Houston,
maybe.
Like, but. Right up there, and then like right up there is one of the most popular. But like that Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, fucking Gladys Knight sphere. She up there in that. Like, I mean, let's just be for real. Let's say American, because Shakira was not Shakira. Fucking Selena was. Yeah. Selena was out there too. She just died way too young. Mm-hmm. But like. She up there in that sphere with those type of names, and she's still going through everyday problems because it was a nigga who just didn't realize.
But he had.
Like, he realized it a little too late, but she made him, it was her who made him realize it on time because she didn't leave that nigga. Mm-hmm. But like, when it come down to this album, it just seemed like she did a good job putting across her personal feelings, whether she was fucking somber about it or whether like on Don't Hurt Yourself she was in your face and raging about it. So I'm feeling it.
Just think about it, bro. She probably had that nigga Jay-Z crying. I ain't even going.
She probably did, bro. She probably had all her shit packed because like imagine this, bro. Imagine you married to Beyonce, nigga, and she don't even fucking say she don't even and she fed up with your shit, and she don't even tell you to get out, bro. She just say, nah, don't worry about it. I'ma just take me and my baby and we gone. You can keep all this shit. Imagine that. That's how you know.
Cause it ain't like she stuck to you for the cake, nigga. She got her own money. Like no, she ain't. She can go and buy her a fucking house. and all type of whatever. She can live however she want to at that point. So I know Jay-Z was in there fucking on his knees begging her not to go.
Nigga, he was on his knees begging her in front of everybody on 444.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit. Anyway, man, let's get to the rankings.
The rankings.
All right. What's number 6 for you?
I Am Sasha Fierce.
Yeah. We ranking them from worst to best. I Am Sasha Fierce, also number 6 to me. Just by far her worst album.
In my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion, too. All right, number 5.
5, I'm going to go Beyonce.
Beyonce, also number 5 for me. It's like, it's way better than Sasha Fierce, but it's not, it's just not her best.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 4.
4, I'm going to go Lemonade. Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
I'm going 4 for Lemonade because although that album has critical hits up there for me that I love, I can't put it at that top yet because I can't go all the way through it and won't like it. I still be having that force to skip something.
Yeah, 4 Lemonade for me also, basically for the same reason. It's just some of it don't all hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 3.
3, 4.
All right,
I'm going 4. That shit's fire. I can't even. I love that shit.
Number 3 for me is Dangerously in Love. Number 3, Dangerously in Love is number 3 for me because it was. I mean, it's still great. It was just a safe bet though.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Destiny's Child album, but without the other 2. All right, what's your number 2?
B-Day.
All right.
I put B-Day up there because that was this was the one where I felt like it was a change in Beyonce, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
For me, number 2 is 4. 4 is number 2. It's just like the best to me in that phase 2 of Beyonce.
Mm.
Or how did I put it? I think I'm gonna change the phases. To me were like, it was the second best, of course, in that phase 2. Like phase 1 was like her first album, then phase 2 was from fucking B-Day to 4, and then phase 3 was these new ones. So it was the second best. A great bounce back from Sasha Fierce to me. All right, and then number 1.
Dangerously in Love.
Right.
I felt like this was her most sexiest album. Her just like, and especially this being your first solo album, I felt like this is just a great impression with or without the Destiny Child like songs. You feel me?
Yeah.
I felt like this was a good mix between what she already knew she could excel at and new things she wanted to try, being that Crazy in Love and Bad Boy and the hip hop star with Big Boy and stuff like that. Like all that type of stuff.
How you feel about Beyonce putting hella rappers on her albums that's better than her fucking husband?
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
but that was my favorite one, and I enjoyed this album the most listening to it.
Mine, B-Day, my nigga, just rocking from front to back. Fucking, I can't even front. Just rocking from front to back. Number 1. That's my favorite Beyonce album. That was the Beyonce album that I already liked before I even went on this fucking Beyonce discography review adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So I already kind of knew this was how it was gonna shake out. That shit is my shit. From motherfucking Kitty Cat, from motherfucking Green Light, from motherfucking Deja Vu, from motherfucking Get Me Body, just anything you can name, Irreplaceable, all of that shit, my nigga, love it.
So, with that
So
being
I
said,
think that we have officially, joined y'all, the Psycho Beehive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now when somebody speaks some dirt on Beyonce's name, I'll be at their neck.
Yeah, we gotta attack them
with a broadsword.
We don't want to get kicked out.
No. Well, Anything else before we cut off?
I mean, shit, man, this was a special.
This was a special.
We reviewed all the Beyonce albums. Something that fucking, if you would have told me that I was gonna be doing just a month ago, I would have told you that you was fucking crazy. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Hit the comments with other discographies we should go ahead on.
You know, it's gonna be just hella motherfuckers in the comments telling us how wrong we are.
Hey, that's our opinion. But I'm. What's another discography?
Outkast.
Outkast?
Yeah. Nigga, my last thing about Beyonce shit, one last thing I can say about her, nigga, Beyonce go crazy, my nigga.
Beyonce go crazy.
She go crazy.